Hey everybody, welcome to Temptations. Psychic, have we played this in like a month? I feel like we've been gone for a while.
Nope.
Been a
It's
while.
been a little bit.
So I'm super
Because I think
excited.
we cancelled last fortnight because Coral was out, but also I was not feeling the best.
Right.
But
It's all
we
Coral's
are
fault.
back.
We are.
Yeah, it's all Coral's.
We're down one
Goddamn
person
time, whiny shit.
so far, but I do believe Ravnok will be joining us at some point if he can get away. So
yeah, fingers crossed.
Wake up from his nap.
Yeah, that's what he's really doing. Don't let him. He kept us up till like 12:30 last night. That's what he's sleeping. Anyway,
I'm glad I left
Psychic.
Yes.
You got to watch it. There's some cute stuff at the end. But I digress. We're here to play Temptations.
I know it's tempting to talk about last session. It's fine. But speaking of last session, we got to have some fun, or I got to have some fun as DM, as everybody kind of we started off, everybody was getting ready to go into the Capitol building, basically talking to who was going to be in charge, trying to figure out what's going on, talk about a few things. Coral had appeared afterwards with Charles, as you had come from the church to go in. The long story short of it is that we had met Val's brother. We had gone up to the top, and there was a lady who was in charge. She was the head of communications for Ashdal. And after a bit of conversation, she had generated an image of Hamona. She had killed Val's brother. And then everything was reset a couple of hours when you left the room quite furious.
Now,
and Coral was the only one that noticed.
To be fair, she didn't kill Val's brother, right?
Never mind, he's a dead illusion.
He's been dead the whole
right.
time.
So like, he was dead previously already, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I still hate her. I just want to know how much I need to hate her. Right?
We'll see.
So if it was new murder, that's a little different. Anyway, I still hate her.
No. If it was new murder, no. We did this ages ago. It's fine.
This is old murder. We're good. It's a cold case.
Yeah.
Old murder.
Yeah.
Old news.
Pretty cold case. Well, actually, no, they set the place on fire, so it's pretty cold. Anyway,
fair.
But everybody had left the room, and Coral was the only one to realize that there was the sound of a little tear, a little rip. And that is, obviously, now we know the telling sign that some time bullshit is happening. And as you went through the little time rift, went downstairs, you saw everybody walking in the doors, and you were the only one that noticed, hang on a second, we've already done this. This is a couple hours ago. So Coral getting some major deja vu, like, for some reason or whatever, had convinced everybody that, there's nothing for us here. So you went outside and sat down on a bench, and we're talking about a bunch of stuff, talking about some things that you want to do. Charles had appeared and could not find Coral because I had dragged out long enough for like 20-30 minutes. Is there going to be two Corals? There was not two Corals. Sadly.
Oh yeah, I remember that. We did do that for a while.
Charles was quite confused, and everybody was upset that Coral was not with Charles. But Coral, you did figure out that Charles was affected by the time loop, which was very curious for you, because everybody else seems to be affected by it except for you. So that's starting to play with your mind a little bit. But ultimately, we had decided that we were going to head to the library first, get some information on some things that we want to look at. You had, oh my god, you had also accepted a bounty hunt for a mechanical displacer beast that was created by one of the artificer technicians that had gone a little crazy and is now somewhere off in the forest. And then there was also the third option, which was the tower that was in the south, about just maybe half a day to a day's walk south of Ashdal, which was kind of the last known bastion for Hamona as we know it. This was like the last known information. If you're going to know anything about, this is the last place her resting place, basically, is the information that we were kind of given. But in saying all of that, hi everybody. Are we
Hi.
ready to play with some fucky wucky bullshit?
Yeah, let's
That's-
have some fun. This beat is sick.
That's why why I log in. So we had decided library first, right?
Yep.
That was first. Then the displacer
Then the
beast, then
time
the
beast.
tower. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still good with that. I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that's what we decided.
But yeah, so the idea behind the displacer beast, the time displacer beast, basically, I'm trying to avoid using the term steampunk because it's not steampunk, it's just mechanical. But obviously
out
it
of the
was
bag
created
now.
and shit like that. Yeah. But basically, like, this beast was the bounty. It was the most expensive one that you could feasibly do. But we are heading to the library, which is quite nice. So starting off on the bench. Are you telling Charles that you're getting there, or are y'all walking through the city? Because he's got one of the only functioning cars.
I mean, if he
Yeah,
has
and
a
it was made
ride,
for us. We might as well use it, right?
it makes
Yeah.
me feel fancy
Charles,
when we drive around. So I'm okay doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't trust most anything here, but the Charles is probably the closest that I do. So
So far, he hasn't
Oh.
done anything to make us not trust him.
no.
Thanks, I guess. I mean, that kind of makes me feel a little better.
It
Sure.
should actually, because
Uh,
Coral trusts very little here. Like, actually, I don't think he trusts anything. So it's a pretty big compliment.
Okay. Wow. Thanks. But
It is. It would not be logical to distrust you at this moment. There is no reason.
I mean, sure, I have, known about a few things that have happened in the past, but I just, yeah, I mean, I haven't had any reason to not do anything, so there's no reason for me to do anything back.
And we really, really appreciate that because that's not normally the vibe we get when we meet new people.
Uh, I'm sorry. Congratulations. I don't know. Choose
No, it's
appropriately.
been quite distressful.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the library, correct?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Library is on the 4th level. Oh wait, no. Do you want general history library or do you want technology library? Because technology is on the 1st level with the industrial district. They deal with the technology, how magic has come about through use of artificial magic and all that. Or do you want the general history, which is basically what's happened in the city, how things work, the history of the land? There are the two different ones.
Though not logical, I was intending to perhaps look up some information about this mechanical displacer beast as to see if there may be a way for me to be able to assist better in defeating it.
I
Okay.
think that's logical. We can split up. I mean, I think I'm more interested in some of the general history, but Val, if you want to go there and do that research, then Coral, I don't know what you're interested in seeing, but
Well, I don't think we should split up, to be perfectly honest.
even at the library, you think it's... I'm sorry, I'm still very confused. I mean, everything seemed okay until you showed up and you're very...
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hang on. I remember I have a thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, because nothing bad has happened to us yet that we know of.
Yeah, exactly.
And Rose
think
was
I
very
think
comfortable
aware of.
here. So...
For a very specific reason, it's better for us to stay together. Caligula's blessing also allows Val unprecedented access to any library regardless of allegiance or moral alignment. Val's party are also unable to take damage while in these buildings.
Ooh.
Also,
So
love that it was Caligula, Caglio, but close.
Tiny boots.
Caligula's blessing.
Close enough.
Oh.
I got some tiny boots.
I have no problems checking out the history library. Perhaps I could find information on displacer beasts in general there, and that may help me uh, reverse engineer this problem.
Okay, I mean, we could do both. I mean, I don't think we're necessarily on a horrible time crunch, right? But I do think that, I mean, we all know what I want to look up information for, and maybe, Coral, you might have to help us with this because some of the things you're saying don't make a lot of sense. Because, I mean, they make sense. I trust what you're saying, but I don't really know what happened. But if we're wanting to get some information on the people that you're concerned about, I also think that will be general history. But I do think there's merit, Val, in
Yeah,
what you're talking about. So if we don't want to split up, maybe we just do one and then the other.
that sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, we can do both. That's not a problem.
The
I
first one
mean,
should
normally it would take
pretty quick.
a couple of hours, but I mean, we have this, and this could probably only take like 20 minutes to go up and down.
Well,
Sounds
good
good
to
to me.
I
still
do not
steed.
think we will spend too much time in the first library. I would just need one or two books, perhaps.
Well, if you think it'll be one or two books on the mechanical beasts or history.
Mechanical beats. I believe we will spend more time in the history sections.
Well, then perhaps we should stop by the mechanical first and just get that out of the
Yes.
way. Yeah, let's do that then.
And I mean, I can give you my residence here as a placement, so because they do require obviously that you let them know where the books are going, so if anything happens, they can come grab them. But I can let you just use my residence for now. That'll let you take the books out. You get a couple of weeks.
So we can borrow your library card.
Does Charles have like a chic little loft that like with like
So
cool
in my
art?
mind, because of the idea of who I have as Charles, which is Mason Olszewski, he's a musical theater performer. Love him down. In my mind, he has that like theater kid loft unit apartment thing, kind of like I love it. It's like small, it's very New York, it's very like that there's like the posters of dogs instead of cats. There's his favorite poster is like this one, which is the Ghost of the Rave instead of the Phantom of the Opera.
I love it. Goes to the rave.
God.
I had come up with that on the spot.
Gotta love it.
But yeah, like it's very New York. It's very loft unit. Like it's very chic. Definitely plants. There's like at least 17 plants.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It's a
he's
lot of
plant dad
plants.
for sure.
yeah. He gets very bored. But yeah, we can go whenever you're ready. I'm assuming obviously we're gonna stay together, so
Okay.
he's gonna
Mechanical
look at
beats me
everybody.
first.
He's gonna look at everyone and just go, Coral, this is not meant to sound mean, but you are the biggest. If you want to sit in the front with me and give them more space in the back.
All right.
Mainly all the armor and stuff. Whereas we've got three twinks
Shove all
over
the
here.
girls in the back.
We've got three
Okay.
twinks over here, and then you've got Beefcake Coral. Okay.
Also,
so yeah,
Arendelle
we
can
go.
like shapeshift, so Arendelle could just like turn into like a beetle or something and sit on somebody's shoulder.
I don't think they can specifically shapeshift. I think it's more humanoid shifting, so like just their features and stuff.
I literally
I'm
can
not
wild
sure.
shape, but I'm just not going to. Because I only get 2 of those right now.
Why waste one? Okay, so everybody jumping in the car,
Yeah,
and we
go.
are
Yes.
heading off
I am.
on a trip. Okay, so in the car trip, Charles is also going to be pointing out a couple of the buildings where you can get some food here. They prepare some great meats. He also points out like shopping districts as we go through the different levels. As we come
We
down
should go
into the
shopping
industrial.
later.
As we
Now,
come down into the industrial district, Charles makes an effort to point out that, okay, we're going to the library, it's further technology and stuff like that, but, Rose, as much as I respect and love you, you are still quite new to this world and a little bit naive. Don't
well,
trust anybody, obviously, because they will try to swindle you.
oh, okay.
They
That's
are
rude,
they
but
are workers. Not everybody are good workers, but they do their job. Some don't get paid enough, and they will do what they need to do to get their money.
so they're tricksters. I mean, I've handled my fair.
Sure,
I mean, I've handled my fair share of trickster fay before. I think I should be fine.
right. They're not gonna use fey tactics. They're just gonna try to hurt you and steal your shit.
That's
They're very direct down here.
that's pretty
Uh,
awful.
as we said, it's this the city of Ashdal itself tries to play on the idea of everything is perfect, but there is no such thing as perfect. Every light has its darkness. And that's very true in the city. Even though everything has its role, even though we have our 5 levels, there's still a hierarchy. There's still people that treat people differently. Whether they, which it's kind of pathetic to be honest, but that probably just me not being able
No,
to
it's
die.
definitely pathetic. And it's been one of my biggest
I don't.
disappointments since I woke up.
I wish they were a little bit more honest. But with the conversation happening and starting to die down, Charles does talk to you about how the city definitely has a like an underground kind of like there's the good and the bad, if we get what we're talking. But as he kind of comes in, he stops the car and parks it quite nicely, as if he's been driving for ages, which is funny because he hasn't. He's just good at these things. As he pulls up towards this building, Val, you are absolutely going to fucking love this building. You may be here for a little longer than a couple of minutes. As you guys pull up to this building shows a very large front. It's obviously got that very Factorio style mechanical building around it. The windows are shifting different colors to make sure that the inside light is always at a consistent light level. So if the sun's hitting it, it'll shift to be darker so that it's always the same color. As you guys are walking up to it, the kind of copper bricks, so not proper brick and mortar, but the copper bricks start to shift a little bit so that your eyes adjust to coming inside a lot easier from the out. Kind of like basically putting on your own sunglasses.
It's like transitions
As you
lenses.
step in, basically, yeah. As you start to walk in, Val, you could see that it is very much Clockwork Tower. Like, it is all of these moving pieces, all of these bookshelves coming in and out. It's almost like a maze in here to everybody else. Val, you are clicking in straight away with how things work. You have pointed out the mechanisms pulling in and out bookshelves. You are watching people walk as if there's no issues, no problems, nothing. Everybody else is watching what looks like absolute chaos. As it's very like Grand Staircase, Hogwarts, it's very clockwork. Things are coming in and out. People will pull a lever and a whole wall will disappear and appear. Like, there
I
is.
love it. It's
there's a lot
Hogwarts
here.
meets the library from Shiz.
Yes, very much.
With the circle.
Yes.
This is
I love it.
overwhelming.
Screw Val, Bubbles likes this library.
The reference for this that I am pulling from is Dishonored 2. There is a level with the Clockwork Mansion. If you have played Dishonored 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, it is incredible. But it's very much you pull a lever, whole floors appear and disappear. It's
That's
incredible. Cool. So, yeah. So as you guys walk in, a figure is going to appear from a little circular bulb on the bench, and you're going to see a little hi. Welcome to the Museum for Technology and Information. How can I help you? What was that?
That was very excited. He said museum. I was very excited.
We love the museum.
I love the museum. Oh man, I'm crying a little bit. Val's gonna step forward and be like, good afternoon. If it's afternoon, I don't know. If it's afternoon, she said afternoon. If not, she said morning.
Sure.
Who knows? Or
Let's
evening.
say, I think I said it's
Val,
like maybe
breathe.
1.
It's okay. Right. Val,
Yeah,
deep
this
breaths,
is
okay?
probably also Val. Yes, we are interested in perhaps perusing any information you may have on mechanical monster creations, specifically ones that deal in time shifting, displacement, things like that.
Yes, of course. Have you been here before? Do you have a place of residence? And Charles is gonna come in. Hey, it's just me. They're with me. So just anything they need, you can just send it to my place, or we'll send it back later. Yeah, okay. Very well. Since you're here with Mr. Charles, what are you? So mechanical beasts. You said that work in time or chronology.
Val, what was it called? A displacer beast? Is that what they said?
Displacer beast, I believe. Yeah, chronomancy, I believe, is the type of
That's
magic.
the word.
If that may assist.
Oh, are you gonna see as you are all watching him, Coral? You're getting put into a little bit of a frenzy because you're seeing him kind of shake and vibrate a little bit, which is very similar to the kind of time moments that you've had where like things have kind of changed and ripped. But Val, you recognize this as watching someone who, let's be real, the tism is tisming is going through their archives in their mind and
I have no
finding
idea
the
what you're
information that but they're going, you can see that the shifting and the changing, the crackling of their image is very much showing they're going through their mind, they're going through their archives, their information. After a couple of seconds, he just stops and says, okay, so chronology and the time, or at least displacer piece, this one should be able to handle that. And you're going to see a little slot open up, and there's going to be a book. And the book is specifically going to talk about mechanical creatures through time. So this one has been written basically to explain mechanical creatures, how we've been able to reinvigorate the ecosystem using mechanical creatures, how we've been able to reintroduce long extinct animals through being able to literally recreate them. So are you accepting this book?
Yeah, I think this probably will help.
Okay. So this one is going to talk about the chronology and the creatures that have been reintroduced into the environment outside and been able to revive the ecosystem of Ashtol through the ages. There was another one that I found that may be helpful, but you might have more luck at the library on level 4, and you're going to see that he's going to go through his shift again. After he stops, there's a little ding this time, because I think that would be cute.
That was nice.
And the slot is going to open up, and it's going to be another book. This book is going to specifically talk about the use of electricity and technology and how it has grown over time to turn into what we use to be able to create artificer magic. So this one's less about the displacer beast, but more about basically how the artificers have created their own form of magic.
I love it.
All right, so you're going to accept that one?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. I'm basically accepting anything this guy gives me. He could give me a poison apple, and I'd eat it at this point.
What do you know? No, I'm kidding.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, so obviously this place is very dangerous for newcomers. The people that come in here have been coming here for a long time. So I thought it would be a lot easier if I was able to find it for you to hand it over, rather than have you go across all of our walkways, the stairs moving, the walls. Your friend, the lady, and he's gesturing to you, Rose. I saw her reaction a couple of times when some of the walls had changed, and I thought it might be a bit better to not make you guys go through that.
I appreciate
yes,
that.
perhaps another time.
Okay, is there anything else that you
Actually,
need?
Val looks a little disappointed.
Um, Are you able to get books from all over the library or just this particular section or
From this specific library, I have access to everything. We have some mechanics and shoots that have been created. So if I need something, I just put in a little code. It tracks the book that I need. It pulls it out, sends it through, and
Oh, okay,
I
that's
think we're
very
asking about
interesting.
interlibrary loan.
I feel like Val's just like soaking in all this information and Rosa's like, "Okay." Um, okay, but what I was really asking is if we wanted something from one of the other libraries upstairs, like World History, would we need to go up there or can you fetch those volumes as well?
unfortunately, you would have to go to the other libraries. We
That's fine.
specifically created this one to basically separate ourselves from the textbooks themselves. So this one is more the technology of what was created after the
Okay.
creation of Ashtel City, whereas the other libraries were here from before the city became a capital. So if you need anything for world history, or if you're looking for anything on the environment, the ecosystem,
I feel like
anything
Val's
from
nodding
history,
and just slowly walking, like backing away, like, okay,
He's just
thank you.
as
already
you're,
reading the
as
book.
you're
Like,
as you're backing away, you get closer towards the door, and he's still explaining. Like this is basically an AI. He's constantly
Yeah.
answering the question. But you do like ecosystem. You'd be able to talk about the world and how it has changed. You'd be able to talk about the blood magic and the blood war.
Ooh,
You'd be
blood
able to
magic,
go
yeah.
through everything else that's going on
Wait, wait,
with
wait,
the
wait, wait, wait.
current system.
You mentioned
He's
Blood War.
still going.
That's Blood War. That would be upstairs. Yes.
The blood war. Yes, that would be the library from level 4. That would
4.
be
Thank
considered
you. 4.
general fiction.
4. Fiction. Wasn't it history? Wait.
We don't really are. We're not really able to categorically decide what has been fiction or fact. This is something that happened before the creation of the city. This was before then, so we are currently doing our best to try and correct categorize what's been going on.
Let's see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anything else?
No,
Because
not for
Michael is
me.
getting very sick of doing this voice.
thank you very much. You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you very much.
As soon as we get out of earshot, Val looks over, or Rose looks over at Val and Coral. I think he might have been lonely. He seemed like he
He is
needed
so
someone to talk to.
lonely. He's
Aw.
so lonely. Everybody that runs into this library already knows what they need and how it works, so nobody talks to him anymore.
As you can tell by the fact that as soon as Val got what she wanted, she was walking away.
Yeah.
Bunch of nerds in this town.
Coral, how are you feeling right now going through the library? How are you feeling with everything that's going on? Because you have a very unique perspective on
Yeah, I
glitches
do.
and
And like
tears.
libraries aren't exactly Coral's thing, so it's like I'm the he is curious about like what all these time warps might be, what's causing them, and what I don't know long-term impacts those might have or something like that.
Tell you what's causing it. It's a jump to the left and then a step to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll probably check out at the next library, see what they have on just time magics in general.
Alrighty. So, is there anything else that we want from the technology, the Museum and Library of Knowledge Archives,
Nope.
ETC? No.
Not at
Sweet.
this
That
moment.
makes
We'll be
sense.
back. We'll be back.
I'm a druid,
We'll be
dude.
back.
No.
Okay, you guys are all sorted here. What was
Yep.
that? All sorted here.
I just thought it was an Australianism, honestly.
Yeah, we're
I
not
just,
mopping up what you were spilling.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Everybody, jump in. We will obviously, if Rabdoc's able to join, we'll retcon if he wanted something from the library. We can. It's very simple to just be like, yeah, sure, you can have this.
Sure.
And we get to talk to our friend. I'm kidding.
The only thing I want to
Mm.
do on our way up is just I want to take note of what the other sections are because it was floor 4. Like, what's 2, 3? I just want to know what kind of books there
Level
are.
4. So, okay, cool. So you're talking about the different
Yeah, just
floors in the library.
Yeah, just broad strokes. What else do they have?
Okay, so specifically in the one for technology down on level 1, the first level was going to be your general knowledge around technology and how it has been able to grow into the powerhouse that it is today. Level 2 is going to talk about chronomancy itself and the magic behind time and how that kind of has been working, specifically involving machines. So not what we're specifically looking for, but this one is specifically revolving around the technology and the machines and how time has been a factor in basically expanding and speeding up the evolution process of machinery and technology. Level 3,
That
that
might
was
be
the one that was
related to the displacer beast. Just throwing that out there. But go on, sorry.
Level 3 was talking about the mechanical beast, the ecosystem, the environment. It's basically your biology on level 3. But we did get the book from that one. And
Okay,
then
so
level
he can
4,
go up to level 3 then. So he was
he can
able
go
to get him
anywhere.
from okay.
Yeah. So he's basically like the way that I had it was that there's like all of these different mechanisms and chutes and piping that is
I'm
able to
with
just
you.
pull books.
I thought like each floor was a separate library that he couldn't access. So
No.
2 and 3 might have
No,
other
no.
things.
It's
Okay.
the library.
Okay. So floor 4 and up though he couldn't go to because of the. I'm with you. Continue.
He could go anywhere in this library. It only has 4 floors. But this
No,
one
but
is specifically for
That
technology.
library. We're thinking levels and floors. Levels being the town. He can't go
Yes.
any higher level. Floors being that specific library. He can get a book from wherever he
So
wants.
I was thinking so
Okay.
where's our library? Is it not on top? I thought it was like
It's
the
up.
upper.
Yeah.
It was the upper
Hang
part
on.
of.
I need a.
So
I
it's
It's
need a
on an
moment
separate.
dealing-
upper level. It's
But
not
not-
even
remember
a floor.
dealing with Americans.
So
Hang on, I got
I was
this.
imagining like this really tall building that was separated into separate individual libraries. That's what I
That'd
was
be cool.
imagining.
No, this was
Oh,
one library that has
Okay.
different floors, and
okay.
he
Well,
has
see,
access to each floor. The
okay.
levels
I'm with you
are
because
the levels of the city.
I totally misunderstood what you meant.
There
Which
wasn't
makes,
even time involved.
You know what?
With this
which
one.
makes my question
District.
seem stupid.
Different district libraries.
Yes,
So we're
think of it like that.
we're leaving this building and going somewhere completely different in the
Yes.
car.
We're going to a different district.
Oh. Okay, well, okay. Do you know what I'm talking? Like some libraries have like, okay, floor 1 is like totally this. And then like you go up and it's like the 3rd floor is like only this section. And that's what I thought we were dealing with. Okay. I'm with you.
You overthought it. I specifically, because the killer had said we're only going to spend a couple of minutes, just get the books so we can go. I created the AI there to be able to pull the books that we needed, and then we can go.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You
why
If
I
I had to
asked.
walk
it.
in there, Val would never leave. Val would
Well,
find the snack
exactly.
section, a
That's why
nice
I
little
asked.
corner to sleep in, end of Val's
It's not a cafe.
storyline. That's it.
Oh, a cafe. Well, that's
did
why I
have a
asked
little
if he
cafe.
could get books from the other library because I thought it was all one giant building, but he was only
No.
limited to his section, is what I understood that to be. But
To
now
his district library.
I see the error of my ways, and like,
You're
look,
going to be so disappointed in this next one because it is just a normal fucking library. There ain't no
Rose.
mechanical bullshit here. This is just you walk in, find a book, walk out.
I think Rose is okay with that, to be honest. I think she was overwhelmed.
So that was a lot. Okay, so in the car going up to level 4, districts 4. We're calling them districts now. Let's just throw all that out.
That
They're different
helps.
districts
That
now.
helps me.
We're going to District 4. There's going to be an episode in 6 sessions where we're just going to have a Hunger Game. No.
I was thinking Hunger Games when you said District 4. I'm glad I wasn't alone.
We're going to go
We're
up to District 4. Charles is going to explain District 2, 3, and 4 as we get up there. District 4 is very much the housing and commercial district. This is where you have your more general cities, more general town kind of level. District 3, District 3 was kind of like the science side of things, basically in the middle, protected by the first two and the top two. The science district is where a lot of the creations happen. It's a lot of where the workshops are, stuff like that. And then District 2 was basically the political district, which we know from the Capitol building that we had left. So we are going to District
Not
4.
one giant library, which I knew all
Yes.
along.
Totally. District 4. It is going to be just a very, very general kind of 3-leveled building. It is basically made with stone all the way up. This regulates the inside temperatures so that the books don't, get any moldier or anything during the hot, or also protects the water vapor coming up of the ocean because the city is built basically on the water. But as it is on District 4, it is built out of stone to regulate the temperatures on the inside. It is also, as I said, 3 levels, 3 stories. Don't do this again, Michael. 3 stories high. And as you walk in, it's a very generic looking library. It is your very basic one that we as real people would go in to have a look around. So yes, except it has 3 levels because this is the capital city. So, as Charles is going to pull up in front of this one, Val, you're still a little excited because you have Caglio's blessing, so you still have unprecedented access to every library.
I mean, I love every library. I don't pick favorites.
This does extend to everybody else because if you're with Val and Val has access, you guys will have access. There may be some parts where you guys can't go into, where it's just you're restricted, not allowed to be in their sections. But Val can still walk in this, no problem.
I'm over 18. I can go in there.
You have to be 21 in this. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing all that stuff. I'm Australian. I'm making Australian rules. But yeah, so as you guys are going to step up and head inside, the scene that you guys have is as you walk in, there are the 3 floors, and it is very much like those grand libraries you see in movies and TV shows. You've got walls of archives that are just filled with books. And each of these shelves, every single shelf has one of those ladders that can just roll around to be able to get to the higher ones.
It's the dream.
Each one is probably about every one is probably about 2 bookshelves tall, but these bookshelves are like the size of a 1-story house tall. So each one has 2 houses tall of books and bookshelves, and there are 3 levels covering different topics. As you step in, there is nobody at the desk.
Rude.
There is nobody at reception. This is going to be a big one. I am thinking you might spend a lot of time here. If you need me, just, I don't know, ask Bread and Butterfly. We gods can communicate amongst yourselves, so if you get Bread and Butterfly to think about me, then I can come down and see you guys. So I have a couple of things I need to do, but if anything happens, he's going to look at you, Coral, and just, if you have any more of those, like, time moments, let me know. I'm going to try and have a look and see what I know about them, see if I can try and help out. Because that's weird. We shouldn't be... That shouldn't be happening here.
I swear to God, if he ends up being this bad guy this whole time, I'm going to be so mad at you.
I will be so mad at Charles if he's the bad guy. Like, if we get later on and I'm like, oh, this makes sense, I'm gonna cry.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay, but yeah, just...
it's suspicious that he's not suspicious, right? In this game, I think it's suspicious that he's so nice to us.
He is also basically on the same level as you, Coral, in his suspicion of what's going on. He has no idea. He is a god. He should not be affected by these things. So why is he affected by it? Is basically where he's coming from.
I just want to point out in my defense,
It's one
you
of the
just
reasons
used
I
the
trust
word
him.
level again, and it's we're throwing that word around a lot, and I'm just saying it's causing me confusion.
The entire city of Ashdol is destroyed by a meteor. It is now 1 level high.
Oh
Sorry,
no, all the
continue.
books are destroyed.
Very great Library of Alexandria. Yeah, so he is going to leave you guys to it. He's going to go to start doing his own little research because, as I said, he should not be affected by these things. He is considered a god. Very minor one,
Yeah.
but he is still a god nonetheless.
Hey, there
So-
are no
So
small
Charles is
gods.
going to be looking at the same things I am, so I'm actually going to follow him to the whatever, because I'm not familiar with libraries at all. So Coral isn't. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to presume he knows where he's going, and I'm going to follow him and look through the books in the same section he is.
Okay, cool. So you and Charles are going to walk off. You're going to follow Charles. That is fine. Rose, Val, Arendelle is obviously going to stick with you guys to make it a lot easier.
The more the merrier.
Yeah,
Girls'
looks like
night.
girls'
Girls'
night.
night at the library. Let's go.
Oh my god, this is like the dream. They have the little ladders that roll. Just the girls. This is gonna be like the best day ever.
Rose,
It's,
you are reminded of a friend of yours from way back in your own hometown. Her name is, we're going to call her Sarah. And essentially, for the funsies, to make it super short, she is going to be the belle of your...
I was gonna say, was it a provincial town?
Yes, because you made... I saw the GIF. I saw the GIF in the lounge. And I was like, I've got to make that canon. I have to.
It was fun. I did have this friend one time that actually had one of these ladders in her house, and we used to just like roll around on it all the time. It was so much fun.
Logic dictates that is very unsafe.
Well, so Val, that's true, but sometimes just a little bit of risk can be pretty fun. I think you should try
the
it.
books are fun enough.
Well, but to get the books, you have to risk a little bit to get the books on the top shelf.
Encouraging Val, her chunky little body, to get up on one of those ladders.
I will
That will
catch you
not
if
end
you
well.
fall. I promise. I promise. You should
All right.
totally do this.
So, we will go with Rose...
Don't you move us along? I almost had her.
And we'll go with Rose, Val, and Arendelle first, and then we'll come to you, Coral, because I feel like we're going to have a much deeper conversation about things. That is going to take a little bit more time.
What do you mean? We're going to have
funny.
so many deep conversations over here. Are you kidding?
Yeah. I think he likes me.
I guess we're gonna have to make an investigation check on these here bookshelves.
So what do we? What topics
What
do
do
we
you
need?
want?
So I think we could split up a little bit here. Now that Coral's split up, he told us not to split up, and then but whatever. You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
I believe we are safe in the library, so I believe
Okay.
we're all right.
Perfect.
If you remember, part of Caglio's blessing is that you have permanent and complete safety in libraries.
So
I can't do any DM shenanigans to you in a library. These are your safe spaces.
Raise your hand if you don't trust Psychic when he says that. Okay, so I want some information, of the normal stuff because I keep getting conflicting information. So I'm gonna look up some things about the Blood War, but I don't want to just be selfish here and look up things for myself. Val, what else do you think we need to know? I mean, I think Coral's got some of the stuff covered about whatever time stuff is happening to us that we don't remember, but can you think of anything else that we should be looking for?
I believe topographic and historical maps of the terrain in the area may help us put some puzzle pieces together and also assist us in trying to find the locations.
And the tower. What was the name of that tower again? That we were informed about?
Fuck if I remember. What did we call it?
The white. I think it's just called like the White Tower.
Sure, it is now.
There,
I
there has to be
forgot.
some kind of like legends or something about that too. I think we should probably check out any information we have going in would probably help us.
Try to find anything
Alright.
written by Olmec on the hidden temple.
Oh, the hidden temple. I like that too.
That's
And
a good
yes,
pet.
I know what you're referencing, but I kind of want to change it to the hidden temple.
We're going with the White Tower because DM forgot what he called it last session. So
That's fine.
Placeholder for if we ever actually remember, but for now it is the White Tower.
now it is the White Tower. And I might just call it Hermona's Tower because that was her last resting place. So maybe that's what I'll call it. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see what we find in the book.
Who would know this is Arendelle.
Because Arendelle takes all the
They're not
notes.
doing it.
Arendelle's our note taker. Arendelle's our note
And you
taker.
know what? While Arendelle is not here, Kellen, what did we call it last?
Yes, Kellen, we need
Put
you.
it in the comments. Hi, Kellen.
Please, to God. I would take better notes if I weren't in so many campaigns that it would all just be a jumble of papers that meant nothing anyway. So yeah.
Okay.
We'll look for those topics. I guess we should probably lean towards the tower first, since it kind of pertains to Hermona also. So I think that's a nice double dip. So I think that should be our primary focus, unless you disagree.
Okay.
Val.
Yeah, I think coming at it from different angles I think is a good idea. So if you're looking at like the histories of the tower and the blood roar, stuff like that, and I'm looking at geography and stuff about where it might be and what the world used to look like, might help us figure out.
Well, I feel like that fits with our personalities too. So let's do that.
Cool. Alrighty, so I will get you both to make me an investigation roll with advantage.
What if I'm just scanning? Hold on, I'm gonna pull a psychic. What if I'm walking by and just kind of scanning the spines? Would that be more perception instead of investigation?
No, because then you'd be blindly walking down aisles, and I don't think you want to blindly walk down a 3-level fuck-off sized library.
You don't.
Dirty
You don't know what I want to do. All right, investigate.
I don't, but it's funny that you've done that because now it's like, I see how annoying I can be when I do that. I see now.
I do.
Stop
No, you're not. It's like you're.
No, I love it. I think
it's your favorite. You're very, very good at it and very persuasive. I don't always go for it, but you always make a really strong case. I do have inspiration, and I think we need this, so I am going to burn that here.
Okay.
It did not fucking help. So not.
You know we had advantage, right?
3. Yeah, you have advantage. Yeah.
Oh, well, then now I'll burn my inspiration.
Now we can use the inspiration.
Does that give me another advantage roll or one more roll?
I'm just letting you re-roll it. So re-roll with advantage. I'm just going to let you re-roll because a 9 and a 3, I want you to have this info and you kind of need it for your story. So I'm giving it to you.
Are you kidding me? Another 1? Okay, 20, dirty 20.
Damn.
Two dirty 20s. Look at that. Good job, team.
Rose.
20.
We'll start with you, Val, because yours is going to be a lot quicker and easier. As you're kind of walking through, you have this uncanny ability now that you just know where everything is. So you're able to very quickly and resourcefully go up to the second floor, grab the 2 books that you want on the topography and also the history of the land. The history of the land is going to be including a map, an old map of, as soon as I find the image I'm going to put into our lounge, which will be for everybody for later. I don't know how you do that on streams, because I am dumb. So what's going to happen is there is going to be a map that appears, and on this map is going to be, I don't have the map on my files. What? I'm going to send the map later because I'm not doing this in the middle of a stream. But essentially what it's going to be is it's going to be an old map of what the world used to look like before it was shifted and changed. You're going to see that on the eastern continent, where you guys are now, there was a lot more barren, large open plains and forests. But the tower has always been there. The tower has always been there. There has never been any deviation. There's been a couple of maps that you go through in your book, but the only constant has always been that there is a capital on the west, a capital on the east, and the tower. Those are the only three that have always been consistent throughout history. With the topography, you will notice in the topography book that it talks a lot about how flat the world is, which is a funny little joke because Lamau. But also the fact that as you are looking through and reading it, a lot of kind of key words stick out to you, which is that there are a lot of forests, but there's never any like massive amount of just clumps of trees. Which is weird because if you guys remember back in Zapron, the first city that you went to that had the fissure in the middle that split the thing, on the other side, it was covered in trees. You could not see shit through there. So this leads you to believe that either this could be an older book, which is funny because this is also the most recent one that you're able to pick up, or it could be just something else. You're not quite sure. But the maps is what sticks out to you the most, especially into your artificial brain, of the fact that even throughout all of the history and all the ages that these maps have been around, the only three have been the two capital cities and the tower. Those three have always been consistent. Rose, you're the fun one. With your hunt for the Blood War, you are going to find a couple of books that are going to pertain to the Blood War. A lot of it, especially on the Eastern continent, are going to talk about the tragedies and the victims that have fallen. There's going to be a lot of autobiographies. There's going to be a lot of people retelling past events. And there's also going to be a lot of people that talk about the effects of the blood magic that have happened since. So, for example, one of the books that you open up talks about Hermona being rather a force of nature in the sense of whenever she had gone through a city, it would be leveled. Not just destroyed, but it would be completely leveled. And that also kind of reminds you of Teague back on the west, where that city had once been this great open city, which was reduced now to a couple of stone buildings. That they had the church. The church was the most kind of advanced thing that town had. But that also starts to imply a lot more information for Hermona being the bad guy, especially in this side. There is only one book that you find that even sympathizes with the idea of why would she go through this level of bloodshed? Why would she go through this level?
I'm checking that book out.
This is the only book that sympathizes with her. It doesn't agree with what she's done. It doesn't devoid her of any of her like negativities or anything that has happened. All it does is just ask why. There's a absolutely pissing down outside. So do I need to explain? I don't need to explain that one, surely. So with this book as well, this one is going to be asking a lot of questions as to why. You have a lot of answers already as to why she would go through something like this. You know about her history, you know about her family, you know about her relationship with you. So it still drives you a little insane that for supposedly 500 years for this war that had gone on for so long that she was able to reinvigorate herself, which is something you find in one of the books. They talked about the blood magic and how she would have like sacrifices, willing sacrifices to restore her youth. So she would constantly be restored and all that, which showed that she was not just a tyrannical dictator and leader, but she was also very persuasive and people wanted to be on her side. But the one book that asks why, you have a lot of the answers. The only question in this book that you're not specifically wondering about is that the book mentions that Hermona had one piece of clothing that she never wore, that she never touched. And it was of this kind of absolutely gorgeous, like stunning gold gown that she would wear from top to bottom. And on this gown was purple lining and also a little purple flower. The flower was a rose.
Damn right it was.
Hell yeah. So
Damn right.
That is the only thing that people could never figure out, was that there was a rose. The only thing that's mentioned about it is that it was something that had been protected through magical means for so long. But as far as everyone is concerned, though we do not know her resting place, we only know her last known location. We know that if she was going to die, she would be buried in this dress.
I think that secretly, Rose will infer some things from that, and I think it will make her smile a little bit. Even in the middle of all of this horrible shit she's reading and learning, I do think that a part of her would still find that particular piece of information comforting.
Mhm.
But I will take everything that I found back to Val so we can share the information.
Okay. Can you please roll me a history check with advantage? This isn't pertaining to anything big. This is just kind of like a fun little rose thing for you.
Sweet.
While that's rolling, very secretly, when nobody was watching, Val did attempt a roll on the the railing.
Oh, is that what that
rolled,
was?
Yeah, I rolled for athletics. It looks like it went pretty good, but I'm sure at the end it like went a little fast and she didn't know how to stop it, so she stumbled a little bit and was like, "I'm not doing that again."
With a 15, you were successful, of course. But very much that it stopped suddenly because the rail has an ending and it doesn't have a buffer there, so it just kind of stopped very jaggedly, and you're like, I think I'm good. That was fun, but I'm good.
It's like when you get on a skateboard the first time and you're like, you like push off and you're like, "This is great," and then they're like, "Wait a minute."
I don't know how to stop.
I don't like what's happening here.
So with an 18 Rose, a fun little thing for you. This lines up and tells you that this is still your timeline. This is still your world. It is just later. This just absolutely confirms it for you that you're still in the same world. So yeah. Coral, are you ready to have some fun?
Loads of it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's fuck with some shit. No. So you and Charles. Charles is going to start heading up to the 3rd floor, and he specifically heads down into a section where you can tell that it is built different. It is a different kind of room. It is a different kind of shelving to the rest of the library. He steps through. He doesn't realize that you followed him because he's a man on a mission. He steps through, and as you go through towards where the archway is, you hit something solid, and it kind of stops you, basically like an invisible barrier. And Charles just kind of like turns around. Oh, I didn't realize you'd follow me. Is everything okay, or are you just coming along?
Yeah, I was interested in learning more about the time weirdness that.
Right.
And since you were going to look up, I figured I'd come with.
Okay, 1 second. He is going to look at the archway there and just. Okay. He's gonna reach through and just give me your hand for a second. He's gonna like hold it.
Sure.
Up. As he holds onto your hand, he gently starts to pull you through, and you can feel this kind of sense of almost like a barrier start to appear around your hand and go through your body, and it kind of encases you in this protection. And as he pulls you through, you can feel this pressure hit your body, and you can feel that this barrier is basically protecting yourself from being crushed. Okay, so we have about an hour before you would need to go out. We would have to do it again. Essentially, what happens is that each of the grand libraries here in Ashtal and over in Ulfram, we have a section specifically for the gods because we have such a big impact in this world. And this is essentially where we go to get our information that the common folk can't have. So obviously, I trust you, Coral. You've done nothing to harm me. You've done nothing to sway me. You need this information just as much as I do. So right now, it's only a small section. There's only about 4 bookshelves here, but it is full of the gods' anecdotes. It is full of the gods' notes. So if there is anything in particular that you need, have a look around. You've got an hour. Okay? I'm going to head over here. This one for me is specifically about chronomancy and how Chronoball has sort of written his work on time. You were looking at time as well, but you were talking about these tears, and you said that there was like a jump in time or something from back at
Yeah,
the
like it pulled me back in time and had me repeat things. Yeah.
Okay. If each of these shells are the same, which I would assume they would be, the gods are very meticulous about their own crap. Except this one. Hey, not me. He is going to kind of point over. Just on the next bookshelf over there. Hopefully there should be something on displacement, specifically among the mortals. I know that there was one stage where there was a god that used to play a lot of tricks on people. We eventually just called him Tricks with an X because he thought he was so cool. We had to demote him. But essentially, he used to play a lot of tricks. He used to move people around. There used to be a lot of teleportation. But they specifically called it displacement. So I'm not sure if it is something that could help, but there might be something over there.
We
Okay.
moved
Wow.
we moved Trix to be the god of children, so now Trix is for kids.
It is now. He's a childcare worker in Ultram.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go to that section and start looking through some books and see if I can find something on tricks and specifically on this time displacement stuff.
Okay, you are also going to make me a investigation check flat.
All right.
And then we will see from there. Because we are in a whole new section, a 5. Because of that 5, I
can
need
get
you
to
to
it.
make me an Arcana with disadvantage.
Arcana with disadvantage, okay. Well, that one was better.
Ooh, even
Wow.
with disadvantage. Nice. So essentially what it is as you kind of step off and you can hear Charles' footsteps also walking away. As you walk up to this bookshelf, you notice that you are in a whole nother league when it comes to information. You are in a whole new section of everything. You are going to have direct access to me as a DM for one question on what is going
Okay.
on. The downside to it is that you can't specifically read the languages.
Okay.
You're going to be getting the information in your head through your gods. And you know that those gods are not necessarily trustworthy, but they look out for you. So I'm going to tell you a half truth. So you can ask anything you want about what's going on with direct access to the gods, but you're not going to get it completely honestly. You will get some level of truth, but you're not going to get a complete truth. You're going to get a half truth.
Okay.
So, while you figure out what you want to ask, Charles has taken his time to grab a couple of the books he's reading through. He's going to come round to you, and he's going to see you holding on to this book. And as he does, you're not going to be able to see it, but he's going to walk up towards you, and he's going to be looking at it as well, because he's still quite curious too. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm about to get an answer. I think the question I want to know is what is causing these time ripples that I seem to get caught in?
So, as you ask the question, like, what are these ripples? What is going on? Why are you calling them?
Yeah.
You watch as the book itself starts to shift and the words on the page are going to change. Even though they're going through, you can hear Charles kind of gasp a little bit and is acting a little bit shocked. You can't read what's on the page, obviously. But as it does, you kind of get this voice in your head, and it's a little panicked. But he just says, He's on to us. It's too early. He shouldn't know. And there's going to be a second voice. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to be fine. It's okay. We don't need to worry about that. But he shouldn't know. He shouldn't be here. I told you not to give them Charles. You should have given him someone else. Well, I wasn't expecting this one to have experienced the displacement so much. There shouldn't have been so many rifts. Why did you put a rift in the Capitol building? That was a horrible idea. I didn't put it there on purpose. I thought it would be interesting. Come on. The connection is going to be severed.
Oh shit, the line's on.
Oh God, we added someone to the group text on accident. Oh no,
The
quick!
journalist.
Tell
We
him
added
that
the journalist to the group chat.
we're not talking about God plots. What are you talking about? It definitely wasn't God plots.
No.
There
we're
was
just
no
talking
secret
about,
godly information in that group chat.
yeah,
Absolutely done.
We're just talking about Homeland
let me take some
Security and
screenshots.
wars in a WhatsApp group chat. That's all it is.
Uh,
I hate
we laugh
America.
because the
Sorry.
world is scary.
Yep. Okay. So I get all that, and then it kind of the book settles back down, and
Yeah,
Charles
So
is
the-
there next to me.
closing, and you're going to feel as this book closes, leaves your hand, it gets put back onto the shelf, and then for you, blanks.
Okay.
What did you ask? That was strange.
Yeah, I just wanted to figure out what's causing the time ripples. There was, I don't know, was it 2 or 3 voices I heard? I couldn't.
I mean, according to the paper, there was 2, but I don't understand. I've not heard of a god that can create time pockets. I mean, Chronoball probably can. Maybe you had Chrono and Ball doing a conversation, but they can't create time pockets. They just speed up, slow down, or rewind. They can't go forward. They can only go back. So unless that has something to do with it, but I don't.
So
I don't
those were the 2 names. Those were Trix and Chronoball.
No, so Charles has the idea that it could be Chrono and Ball, because if we remember, I made the Church of Chronoball, which was the both of them together. Chrono being the god of time, Ball being the god of sand, the god of the deserts, stuff like that. That was way back in Teague.
Yeah.
So Charles has an idea that it could have been Chrono and Ball playing with some things, but he's suspicious on it because Chrono can't create time pockets that affects a whole world. He can only fast forward, slow down, or rewind.
Well, maybe Chrono can't, but maybe Trix can. I don't know. This is confusing.
Okay, so from what I know,
Yeah.
Trix used to displace people, use teleportation, used to
Yeah.
move people around. He used to have a lot of fun with it. He was kind of an asshole, if I'm honest. But he
Trix.
he wasn't able to. Yeah, Trix was an asshole. He was not a good person. I think he's running a daycare somewhere in Ultron because I noted him. We're making that canon.
Silly rabbit.
I don't understand. It's basically like it sounded like there were 2 people that were just messing with you for the fun of it. I mean, that's what it looked like to me, but I don't know of anybody that can do that.
He said it's too early. So it's. I don't think it's just for the hell of it. I think they got something there they were doing.
There's I don't know. What is too early? Well, I don't like. Okay, sure, the gods play with people down here very often, and they're not exactly good, but are they too early? They don't have any plans. I don't know of any plans. It could be referencing Torval, maybe, who has kind of walked away. Maybe it's too early. Maybe they have something to do with that. I don't know. It's. I think I might be sticking with you guys for a little while because I need to know a bit more about this as well.
Cool,
Okay.
we're down our
I'd welcome
healer.
that.
We could use one.
No, I got heals.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
But you're
I got
also
heals.
okay.
And
And
healing word.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at
you
you.
picked it up this time. Cool. As you kind of walk around, are you wanting to look at anything else? Because you've still got plenty of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll, if anything catches my eye, any like specific like.
Anything on the
Yeah,
on human nature, the reason we're here,
You
anything
find a book on psychology, which is wild. No. So this would be rolling perception because you already know that you can't understand the languages, so you are rolling perception
Yeah.
with a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
But depending on how you roll, you might get something. This is going to be a hard DC.
Well, actually, there we go.
So a 16, that's still pretty good. With a 16, you're not able to find anything specifically that catches your eye. You do know that Charles has a couple of books on him, that he has specifically around the time and stuff like that. So while you can't find anything in particular, you also trust that he's clearly got something that he's taking out, for
Yeah.
himself.
So I can't
that you
read
found books
these
about
books.
Charles.
I don't want to learn his secrets. I might. It's gonna seems invasive.
Charles is a horrible person.
So
I'm kidding.
yeah, so I can't read them. Do I see any like familiar symbols, like the monastery I was raised in, and
Not in here specifically for you because even though you are a paladin around a couple of gods. You never really stuck with one. And that
Yep.
was kind of shown with your arm that was handed to you, as well as the chat that you had in the church on the 4th district.
Yep.
So you specifically don't have one symbol. What you do see is you do see the symbol for protection on both of the books that Charles checks out.
Okay.
But that is probably the most kind of general information that you would get.
Okay.
So you know that whatever Charles is looking at is around protecting and protection, and he wants to stick with you guys for a little bit. So you'd be able to naturally infer that Charles is basically just going to start becoming a guardian for you guys.
We could use one of
Hey,
those
another
things.
person shot. Okay. And I think I'm done with this section. If Charles is set, I'm set as well.
Alrighty.
Your own personal Charles.
So, as you come down, Charles is going to lead you down. As you walk through the barrier, into like away from the god section, as you put your hand through, you feel the barrier dissipate from your hand as you leave. So you know this was one that is a temporary thing. So you can get brought into it, but then you would have to be brought into it by a god. But as you leave, it will immediately take off that effect. Basically dispelling the effect that protected you. So, yeah. After a little bit, coming down to the bottom floor, Rose, Val, how are you two doing? Aside from Rose having a minor existential crisis about everything going on.
Reading.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just probably be pouring through what we got.
Cool. What would you like to ask? Because you are reading books, so I will give you some knowledge on something. Nothing too big though. Don't get too excited, Wolf. You don't
Fine.
get
So
godly powers.
no
You just
gods
get
in my
books.
head. Okay. Well, you
No,
want to
you
go?
just
You
get
got
books.
anything? I mean, I think I got most of the stuff I wanted from the last little bit of RP. I guess
Yeah.
specifically with the topography, do we are we able to pinpoint exactly how far away the tower is? Did we know that already?
Yes,
How
you will
high
be
would
able
we
to
have
get that
to
from the book.
roll to get advantage on like nature or survival checks to get through to get to where we need to go?
If you take the books with you, specifically yours about the history and where the towers are, I will give you advantage on all nature checks towards the tower.
Yes, that's what I was hoping.
That's a
Awesome.
good deal.
That is why I think sometimes.
I was waiting for
This this is the reason I use my thinker occasionally.
Yeah, whatever that is called.
So,
I got one of them.
Rose,
Yes.
you're happy with the information you got with things? A little bit more clarification on things?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. And Val, is there anything else that you would like to ask?
I think if there's a little bit of time,
There
Val
will be
might
a little bit of time as you drive to where the time displacer was last seen, because that would be the next point.
Well, I think in between, like, once we've, like, sort of sat down and maybe if we're, like, reading and waiting for Coral to come back, if there was time in that area, I think maybe, Val might have, gently perused because I know the things didn't actually happen to her, she doesn't remember it, but being told by, Coral what went on, I think, Val wants to maybe look at some histories of, like, tiefling and artificer migration patterns and battles,
Mhm.
see if there's any like, she knows for sure that her family is specifically dead, but to see if
Yeah.
maybe, like, anybody from, like, her, like, lineage might have survived.
Okay, so what I will do for you is I will get you to roll me investigation with advantage because you have Caglio's blessing. You are in a library. So you can roll investigation with advantage, and depending on what the number is, will depend on what I give you.
Who survived? No. 18.
18. So I'm not going to give you specific information about a lot of those things, because a lot of those things are going to be your general world history, world knowledge kind of a thing. You already know that your family itself had been wiped out. So you know that a lot of the families, especially on the Western continent, were taken out by the city and the royal guards and stuff like that. So there's a lot of the books kind of confirming a lot of what we know, that anybody that had migrated to the Western continent did not come back. After about 30 years of people like traveling around, people stayed on the Eastern continent because of what was happening. So there's that. The second thing that I'm going to give you is that because you're specifically looking about tieflings and also the artificers and how things work, instead of giving you a little story or instead of telling you some information about what is going on, moving forward, I'm going to give you a permanent advantage to history, specifically around yourself and the artificers.
Cool.
Which I think is going to be a lot easier than just giving you a little story and then still making you roll for shit later. So
Right
you
on.
will have a lot more direct knowledge. While you guys have all of these books on you, you will have little boons. You will have little benefits for you guys rolling specifically around these topics because you'll be able to go, oh, this was in the book, or like, can I ask? Oh, yeah, I can explain that this was totally in the book, and that's why I should get like an advantage or a benefit or something like that. So while you guys have the books on you, you will be able to get these benefits.
Beautiful.
Because
that's awesome.
I've always been one of those people where they're like, you go to the library, you check out books, you have disadvantage on this check, even though it's like, I have a book on here specifically about this. You don't know how to fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at one specific DM that's not Wolf that I've played with before that was an asshole.
I was gonna say, I didn't do that to you. The only thing I did was you teleported somewhere and dropped your book.
Yeah,
But that was like a
I'm still
cookbook.
upset. I want to know how to make sahagin soup.
No, you got it back. You teleported back, but you're dead now. So that was the dead one.
Yeah,
What was the name of it?
yeah.
Something of Spira. Spices
Like
of
culinary
Spira?
spirits, spices of spirit, or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so is there anything else that we would like to do in this library?
No, let's go kill a displacer beast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
so
we've got what we need. Coral, you find everything you were looking for?
what are you telling them?
No, but I think I found everything that's here.
Okay. Ominous, but okay. So
That's me.
does this place have a cafe too?
No.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay, let's
rude.
go.
Or did you say that in character?
Yeah.
Oh no, there's not a cafe in this one. I think it's only on the first district that they implemented one there. But if you're a little hungry, we can drive to one of the places and just grab something for the
I mean,
road.
I would just kill
Um,
for a pumpkin spice latte right now, but that's neither here nor there. We've got work to do.
I
Ah.
a what?
Never mind. Let's just go.
Oh, hey. Um, he's.
Rose is
Charles is
very
gonna lean
basic.
over to Coral. Charles is gonna lean over to Coral and say, What's a pumpkin?"
There
I
we
believe
have
it is a gourd found in the
Wait.
fey realms.
Wait. Are you telling me there's no pumpkins in this realm? Like at all?
I mean, there there might be, but I don't know what it is.
Oh my god. Okay.
Whereas it's like, I'm gonna jump in front of a bus.
I'm
Yeah,
having
take me back to the fey realms.
and listen, in the Fey realm, and as she says that, she realizes that she's not really told anybody that I've read. Um, they have pumpkins so large you can literally make steel steeds out of them, like those outside.
Oh, the Feywilds in my universes is like Stardew Valley, Harvestella, like Harvest Moon. If you can think of a farming game, that's how I believe the Feywilds would be in my world, is that they are the farmers.
Oh,
Tractor
yeah.
simulator.
Literally.
I'm just going for a really cheap Cinderella joke, and then we can move on.
Alright. So, you guys are gonna have the books. If you need to leave the books at any time, you've got the car. What are you guys wanting to do? Are you guys wanting to start heading towards the last known location for the time displacer? Are you wanting to do that after you do the tower? What are you going to do? Are you still hitting the library's displacer tower, or is things changing?
Yeah, I think
I think
displacer
displacer.
still.
Yeah, I think so too. Because we were promised a little bit of money for that, right?
Yeah, we'll promise
Yeah.
quite a fair bit.
Yeah. I think we do
So-
that.
So, what we're going to do is obviously I'm going to shift a couple of things around. We do not have Arendelle, but it is very easy for me to slot them in at any time next session. Like, it is simple to go through and retroactively do a couple of things and get books and information and stuff like that.
Sure.
So, everyone, it is now starting to hit around 3 p.m. It was about 3 p.m. as we have been in the car and driving down this path for a little while. In this time, we do have about, as I said, an hour, 2 hours in the car downtime. Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about before we hit the last known location?
So, Coral, what did you find out? You said you found some things, but not everything, or you didn't think you had anything else in the library. Anything useful?
Well, so all the books that in the section I went to weren't. I couldn't. Were written in some weird celestial language, so I couldn't make heads or tails of it. But when I picked one up, I kind of overheard some stuff in my head.
The book talked to you?
I don't think it was a book. The book. I think it was through the book. Like it sounded like two gods talking to one another.
You heard the voices?
Yeah,
Hmm.
didn't you?
Perhaps like
Oh,
some sort of interstellar telecommunication device.
uh, perhaps Val may be onto something. I didn't hear a voice. I just saw the words on the page. Maybe because you have a direct relation to your gods after what happened at the church with Torgal the first time, with Torval the first time. Maybe that's a direct line of communication. I don't know. I just saw words on the page.
They butt dialed him.
Maybe, but yeah, I heard it, and they were just saying, "He's on to us. It's too early. Charles is a problem. There's too many rifts. Why?"
Charles is a pro. Oh,
That's
you
what they
I
guys.
said.
don't
That's
I
how
don't I don't think you're
we
a
like.
problem, Charles. Yeah, we like you.
I
You're
think
Yes,
I've been doing
they
a fine job. Well, now I've got to find out who they are so I can kick their ass. Um. Anyway, aside from that, so I'm a danger. Things are happening too quick. The time thing you said wasn't supposed to be there, or they put that there?
they put it there, and they said that they put too many down, and that's why we're finding them. And yeah,
Oh,
so no real
uh,
explanation of what they're doing or why,
okay,
but
I'm confused
But
basically
now.
they
some
were
gods are causing some mayhem for some reason.
they're aware well, I don't know why I'm surprised, but they're aware of us, it sounds like.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I probably could have said that earlier if I paid attention.
I
Of
guess
course,
that
we've known about.
sucks
I
for
mean,
us.
I mean, everyone we've
we,
yes, yeah, that's true.
we did help you out in the church as well. So I feel like the gods have known about you guys for a
But
long
like
time.
the gods just they all talk to one another. Like if one god knows us, they all know us. Is that
Oh,
how this works?
well, if they talk, sure, but it's very much a sense of communication. Like, if you told Val something, but you don't tell Coral, Coral's not going to know what you talked about. It's very much that kind of
Hmm.
situation. Like, if they're going to talk to me about something, I'm going to know. But if they don't tell me, I don't know. We're not omniscient. We're still,
Well, I guess my question is we've had some run-ins with the gods or a few gods, right?
yeah.
Are they all now paying attention to us? Like, have we become
Um.
so involved in this that every god is following our actions?
So obviously, I'm not going to be able to 100% answer that question honestly.
Sure,
What
but
I
broad
could
strokes.
infer, what I could infer and kind of pick apart, is that if I'm considered to be a threat, but I'm staying with you guys. If they know about what's been happening, or if they are aware of your situation and what's happening, and I'm staying with you, then that tells me two things. It tells me that either all of them are aware of what's going on and they're trying to separate me, and I don't know why, because I don't know anything that's going on. Or the second part being, if they do have their eyes on you, why you? Why you four in
Well,
particular?
that's my question. I have one more question. I'm sorry.
Oh, we have time.
The gods, they have like a tiered structure, like are some vastly more powerful
Oh
than others?
yeah. Oh
So how
yeah.
many of those gods would have the power so much greater than yours where they could control you like this? Where their magic would affect you? Because I think that would limit or at least narrow down the pool of who we're looking at here.
So I am. I think you guys have the term nepo baby, which is hilarious. But essentially, the way that it works is that
Legacy
my
hire.
um, essentially what it is that the god that had created me, which is basically my father, is the higher up.
Father.
He's the one in charge. Think of it like Zeus, and then like next of kin to Zeus, basically.
Hmm.
Um, but
Well,
essentially what it is as it happens, the um I have a certain level of protection from their manipulation, from how they do things. So I'm kind of fine with that. The downside, obviously, is that because I have that connection, a lot of people don't talk to me. So that's why I'm kind of at the moment in the dark as much as you guys are.
Well, but that's my question. You said you have a level of protection from the manipulation. Who could get around that? Which of them would be able to circumvent that protection?
Oh, only the top. Only the top. Basically, my dad, to your logic. The god that created me is the only one that could probably go around me, but he's. I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest. He's off doing something else, probably sorting something else out.
Maybe, but if you don't know, he could be involved.
He could be. I haven't had any information, but
Oh, Lord.
I mean, I would probably say that I have a good enough relationship with him that he would tell me if something was going on. That
You're willing
I
to...
don't know, to be honest.
Oh. Okay, well, this gets more and more terrifying with every day, so that's good. Okay.
Okay, we'll be there soon. If it's on the loose, be prepared as soon as we stop. So if you need to do anything to get ready, do it now. Because as soon as we stop, it's probably going to attack. This thing's pretty vicious.
Okay.
Also, yes, this is foreshadowing. As soon as we stop talking, it's going to be initiative.
Let me...
Excellent.
I've got one question, but it can wait if you
Shoot.
guys have something else. This is more with the item. With the item I have that lets me summon
Mhm.
bread and butterfly, is that
Yeah.
in addition to the familiar I can conjure normally, or do I have to pick and choose?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it is in addition to.
Okay, that was it. So I think I have my raven out anyway, so that's all I need.
The raven sitting on the piece at the front of the car. It's just chilling on the front of the car.
Yeah, I like that, like a little hood
Love
ornament.
the raven. What the fuck?
Alrighty. Are we ready? Because this is the last thing that I wanted to do this session, so we may go a little bit over, I'm sorry, but we shouldn't go too far over.
Yeah, I'm
I look
ready.
pretty strong.
Let's kill this thing.
Alrighty. Did it work? I pressed the
Yeah,
button to start the thing.
you did. And then I'll move
Did it
over
work?
and now we can see it. Yeah, look at
I can
that.
see the
We
map.
got a map. For those of you that
I'm
have been
doing
following
shit.
Temptations for quite some time, you will know that I have a great disdain for using Roll20 in our streams. So he has graciously switched to D&D Beyond's maps. And look at this. I can move it. I can move it. You can see stuff, and it's not driving me nuts. Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
So
Continue with your game.
everybody will appear in the top left. Is where everybody will go. Oh yeah, that's the rows. That's all of them. So I would need to make a character token. So this is the one thing that I had forgotten. I did not plan to have Charles with you guys. That was just something I decided on the fly. So he does not have a token. I am going to run it as this is your bounty, not his. So he is not going to participate in this fight. Which is just me saying that I didn't plan this far ahead and didn't anticipate that I would stick him with you guys. So, Lamau, Val,
Yes.
you are now then. Are you able to see Val?
Yep.
Yep, I see him now.
Cool. So, as Charles kind of pulls up, he kind of looks over and he just says, okay, so just over the hill is the last time that it was seen. It should still be there. It doesn't move around too much. Hopefully it should still be there, but Coral, this thing is strong, so be prepared, okay?
Okay.
Alright. So, you guys, are you helping out doing any more preparations before walking over
No,
the
we're
hill?
ready. Let's go.
We're ready, let's go.
Let's do this.
Alrighty.
Let me just ask,
As you
it's not technically an animal, right, Val? So I shouldn't try to talk to it first?
No, it is mechanical and therefore is unable to.
Perfect.
Uh,
Okay, I have an idea.
perfect. Alrighty. So, as you guys step over the hill, you will see that the trees kind of form this little, what looks like a circle. Even though it cuts off at the bottom there, we're kind of like circling it. It's basically like a hunt in like Final Fantasy or Monster Hunter. But essentially, as you guys step over this hill, you're not going to be able to see anything at first. We are still, because I do not know how to do it in this game, we are still going to roll initiative. Ignore the stats. It is just there for
7.
let's see. Okay, how do
Oh,
I
well.
add?
That'll be a 10
That's
because I get another +1
what?
because of my
Something went wrong. What went wrong? All I did was add rows to the initiative count.
Just hit
little
refresh.
boots.
I didn't even do anything. It was all going so well.
It wouldn't be a Wolfen's game without a little technical difficulty.
That's
Right.
It is what it is. I don't make the rules.
It's true. It's true. It's just a little special sauce we bring to the table.
Okay, Rose, it's saying you had 13.
I rolled a 7. So
This is
just
weird.
switch it. It might
Yeah.
auto roll initiative for people when you do that. I don't know,
You know what?
but you can override it. You can just put it in. I rolled a 7.
Okay, I'm just going to do this, where we had Val, and then we had Coral. What have you got, Coral? You got a 14.
Yep.
Rose, you have a
going
7,
last.
and I am going to be playing this. I'm going to be playing around with this for a little while. Okay, so
Love it.
as we start the combat, Coral, you are up first. As far as you can see right now, there isn't anything out there. If you want to, you can make obviously a free action to have a look see. To see.
Yeah,
if you
I guess that's what I'll do. Perception?
notice. Yes, please.
Probably not. 9.
You cannot see anything. What would you like to do?
Okay, then I guess I'm just gonna advance to here. It's kind of
Mhm.
gap in the wood line and yeah, I guess I'll cast a spell. I'll do heroism on myself. Or Shield of Faith. Shield of Faith. Let's do that one. Oh, that's bonus
Alright.
action. Yeah, heroism then.
Here comes the fun part.
Ooh, I like the
Alright.
fun part.
Well, fun part for me.
Oh. Uh-oh. He got props. What are props for?
No, I got the dice.
Oh, here we go.
So
Hmm.
it is now
Ugh.
the displacer's turn.
So is Coral our
Everybody
bass
can
cat?
make
Yeah,
yeah,
Carl's
about
the
to be,
best bet.
hopefully.
Okay.
Everybody can roll me a perception or nature. Perception of 15,
21.
nature of 21.
Um,
And remember, you do have advantage on nature, Val,
yeah, that's right.
because I am one of those. So
Nice, 17.
17, 21, 15. Everybody is going to be able to. Oh yeah, everyone's going to be able to see this. If you're making the perception check, Coral, you can start to see a shimmer around something, which is very similar to the kind of tears that you have seen in the past. Whereas Rose and Val, you two are looking at the environment, and you guys can see these empty footsteps that press down on the grass. As I said, I did not find a display space that is not actually that fucking big.
Ooh, I like
You
it
guys are
though.
going to watch it.
Like,
It's
yeah.
gonna walk up to you, Coral, and it is going to start trying to attack. As soon as it does,
Big
it gets
boy.
to a certain point. You can see that it's kind of nice. That its kind of tendrils, the suckers on the end of it, are aimed at you. It is going to try and take 3 swipes at you, Coral.
Okay.
That is a 14. That's going to miss, I'm assuming.
Yep.
16 hit.
16 does not.
Nope. And the last one is going to be a 19. Does that hit?
Oh, nope. AC's 20.
Nope. Alrighty, so
Nice.
as this beast walks up to you, you watch it shimmer and you hear a rip as this thing appears into reality and it tries to take some swipes at you. As it does, it's going to basically roar and scream in front of you. It is going to attempt to hide, but it is not able to. Val,
love
you are
that.
up first.
Okay.
Val,
My
at the
turn.
start of your turn, can you please roll me a D100?
Oh no, not this again. I don't. Oh, nice, 89.
89. Let me think.
The highest I've
That one
ever
came
gotten
down.
on that on a D100.
Oh, sorry. We're looking for low rolls here. That's right.
Yeah,
Low
right.
roll.
So, you have been asked to do D100 rolls for a little while. You have been basically been trying to figure out what's going on. Every time I lowered that roll, and you had always managed to roll low. So I had stuck the DC at about 90. But with your book on the history of the artificers and the history of the tieflings, we are going to lower that number down to about 80. So you would pass this, which is great.
Yay.
Val, as you are about to take your turn, you start to feel this kind of warmth and heat start to run through your body. It almost feels like a hellfire of like tiefling energy coming through you. But you also start to feel this electricity in your hands. As you are placing and running through your backpack trying to figure out what to do, you are the first in Temptations to obtain their legendary action.
Woo!
Mm.
With Val's legendary action, I do have a Google Doc that I will send through to you. But
Beautiful.
once per day, once per long rest, you will be able to cast 2 spells for the price of 1.
Ooh.
And you can
Cool.
combine them. So if you wanted to cast, say, Shatter and Fireball, you would be able to. You'd have both of those spells. It would only cost 1 spell slot.
That's cool.
Oh, that's very cool.
Do they have to be the
And
same
yes, I do
level?
have something for all of my... No,
Cool.
but it will take the spell slot of the highest, obviously. I need to give you some downside.
Sure.
So you will get to do that once per long rest, once per sleep. Yes, I do have something for every player, but due to the fire and the village on the Western continent, and then also coming in with Val's brother and everything, it did make sense for Val to start rolling first. Rose, your starting chances will come up soon. Corals will come after that, and then the Arendelle will be the last one. So once we hit that, you'll know now what you're rolling for.
Yay.
Cool.
So here's what I'm thinking storyline wise. We're in a forest again. My friends are in danger again. So Val is
Hi, PTSD. How are you doing?
already panicking. And so I think when she feels this, she immediately thinks of what to do. I need to get this heat away. So I'm gonna first cast. I am gonna use this first today.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Catapult and Thunderwave. So
Okay.
I'm going to basically throw a thunder wave at this displacer beast.
Whereabouts do you want to hit? Because we are combining the effects. Because you are an artificer, you are a chemist.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me how the two effects are combined. Does the thunder wave now act on the points of the catapult? Does the catapult add an AoE after thunder wave, so that the catapult is or everything around you shoots out? Explain to me how you are going to be combining your spells.
So how I see this, because I've always seen her magic as a piece of her like machinery. So she has her like remote control on her wrist. And
Mhm.
so I think the thunder wave is going to act on the catapult hit. So the catapult's going to hit, and then the thunder wave, like a almost like like a missile, right? So and not the magic kind either. It's gonna like hit and then explode, right?
Love that.
So that's how I think this is gonna happen, and I think it's because she feels that like sort of like tingle of electricity that I think she like when she's like punching in the numbers for the catapult, she it like she can like she like puts a little bit of the electricity like through and it goes into the like unit.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do that. So
That's
catapult is
awesome.
a dex 15.
Okay. It failed. It failed
Excellent.
hard too.
Excellent. So that's gonna be 6 bludgeoning. And then we're gonna cast Thunder Wave. Let me make sure we have Thunder's Force sweeps out from you, each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from, we'll say, the catapult. Make a Constitution saving. I think because I think I can argue that because it failed so bad that I think maybe I hit it in a way that isn't going to hit Coral. Like the catapult hit them like in the back or something, and it's going to explode.
Okay.
So we're gonna do. I don't necessarily think it's gonna push.
But Thunderwave will guarantee hit.
Yeah. And so we'll do 10 thunder damage.
And 10 thunder damage. Okay. That's going to be 20 thunder damage. It is mechanical.
I thought it might
I knew
be.
it. I had a feeling.
So, as you cast a spell, you watch as you fling out the catapult. As it hits the back of it, Coral, you're standing right in front of this thing. You watch it kind of, like, absolutely take the shock of it. But then as it goes to roar at Val, you watch the rock explode, and you see him completely frizz up.
Nice.
What's the weather?
It is a clear day. Would you like
Damn.
to change that?
I would like to change that, but if it was stormy, it would have been better. But let's make it a little stormy. Rose will just like put her staff down, and she'll start to just kind of chant something. She'll raise her hand in the air, and clouds start to gather. And I'm going to do call lightning 5 feet behind this thing and just bring down. She holds her hands up and then just strikes it down right behind him. And that means I need I believe, dexterity saving throw. Let me double check.
Dexterity saving throw?
Yes. 16.
Yes. Dexterity of 16. That is going to be a 17. That is going to pass.
Okay. Still going to take half.
Yep.
So, half of 20, 10, and that is
still 20.
Yes.
That's lightning damage, right?
I believe it is. Yes, it is. It is lightning damage. And so with the concentration, she kind of holds the spell. So like the sun has kind of been blotted out. It looks a lot stormier now, and there's just lightning and thunder clouds above us. And then she'll just kind of whisper to her pets and say, "All right, fly, my pretties." And then she will send her raven and bread and butterfly to harass this thing with the help action.
Okay. So.
And then she might sweep over just near to
Oh.
this tree.
Cool. So, Coral, on your turn, whatever you are going to do is going to be done at advantage because you are being helped by the Raven and Bread and Butterfly fucking with this thing. You
I
are
love
muted.
this.
Hang on. You are muted.
Oh damn. All right. Then yeah, I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite and whack the hell out of this thing.
Alrighty.
So that means if I hit, it'll do an extra 2d6 thunder damage.
Nice.
Make this happen. That's 24. I think we're
Oh, that's
good
gonna
on that.
hit, yeah.
So we got that. Plus 2d6. Another window.
Damn, 11 damage isn't bad either.
Pretty good.
So does it do 2d6 normally or 1d6 normally?
It did it was 1d8 plus
The smite is
the smite. The smite just did the 3 damage. Yeah, the swing itself did the d8 plus 4.
Okay, so how much damage does this smite do? 3?
So in total it's 14 damage.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, that's it for me.
Yep. Okay, that's it for you. Alrighty. The Displacer Beast is up next. He is starting to fritz up a little bit. He's starting to become a little bit shocked at what has happened here.
hold on.
As he is,
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it. Go ahead.
as he is kind of looking around, he is going to take his 3 swipes. So the first swipe is going to be at you, Coral. It is going to be his first attack. That is if that was that would be 22. That is going to hit.
I'll do it.
That is going to be a total of 15 piercing damage.
Oof.
As it
Okay.
tries to take a swipe at you. As it takes a swipe at you, its hand lingers for just half a second, and you feel its nails pierce and shoot out into you before it pulls its hand back.
I'm gonna buy
The
me
second
dinner
attack.
first.
The second attack is its tendril on the basically the right side where the raven is. They're going to try and swipe at the raven. Does a 14 hit the raven?
Nevermore.
Hopefully. Rose?
Sorry, I was reading something else. I thought you were still talking to Coral. The Raven? Yeah. What did you say?
A 14.
14. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I was trying to read a spell to see if I could do something. A 14.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
its AC is 12.
All right. Well, luckily the raven is only going to take 3 HP of damage.
Okay.
It rolls a d8 for its tendrils, but it only rolled a 1.
Okay, hold on.
Well,
Let me
need to
roll this
concentrate.
because I need to roll to see how much it actually has because it only has 1d4 HP. So let me see if it's still up.
There we go.
Because I didn't roll it. Okay, it has
I
1
passed my
HP.
concentration check, my heroism up.
Still got your heroism?
Yep.
All right. And then the last attack is going to be on Bread and Butterfly.
How dare it?
Oh, that's going to miss. That's going to be an 8 to hit. That's going to miss, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think I gave it a base 10.
I think you did.
All right. As it does, it is going to take out these swipes. It is going to try and attack. It is not doing the best, but Val, what are you up to? What are you doing?
I forgot to use my bonus action of also another hit. So I'm gonna do that this time also. So let's start with a good old second level not Thunderwave. Let's do a shatter. Second level shatter. Con 15.
Con 15. That is going to pass. The roll was already higher.
Boo. Okay. I'm trying to see if it takes half.
I think it does still, because it's like an explosion.
Wait. A
Thunderwave does.
creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on saving throw.
Alrighty. That is going to fail.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad I read that damn spell. All right.
Rule number 1, kids, read your fucking spells.
Read your fucking spells. That's 20 thunder damage.
Awesome. Love that.
I think it also might be. Hang on, let me read again.
Does something happen if it is inorganic? Ooh.
Oh, half as much on a successful one. A non-magical object that has been worn or carried also takes damage. This doesn't count. Creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. That is all it says outside of it having disadvantage on it.
Okay.
So cool.
Cool.
Yeah. That hurt real bad. I'm also going to
Yeah, it did.
shoot my my armor, my lightning launcher at it as a bonus action. That was a nat 20.
Nice.
Natural 20. Let's go.
Watch me not get another turn.
I know,
It's
right?
always killer that kills everything.
10
Uh-huh.
lightning damage.
10 lightning, so it's going to be a total of 20. Okay.
Yeah, so I did 40. I did 60 total damage to this thing.
Jesus.
You did 20 because thunder and lightning are 2 different elements in D&D, aren't they? Because thunder
Well,
and
yeah, but you
lightning
said
are different.
Thunder and
isn't lightning
lightning are
also going to be double?
I
Which
said
one's
that
it
it's weak to lightning. I didn't say
What?
that it was weak to thunder. It's weak to lightning.
You did though, because I said thunder
yeah.
damage was in the first round.
In the
I think
first round?
I think
Yeah,
you got confused.
I used
with
thunder
the
wave, and
yeah.
you said it was double.
Fuck it, why not?
Is thunder wave thunder or lightning damage?
Thunder.
Is it?
It is
Okay.
thunder damage.
Thunder.
Shatter
fuck it,
and
why not?
Shatter
much-
and thunder wave are thunder damage.
Too much Final Fantasy stuff because the thunder is
Oh.
lightning and who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. But we here at Temptations run by the rule of fuck it, why not?
That is our motto.
I mean, you can retract like 40 of
Nah,
that.
fuck it. Hit it hard.
Yeah,
I
hit
want
real
this
hard.
thing to die quick. I have story beats. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Rose.
Wait. Rose will, with the one hand still kind of circling up, she will kind of gather up some more energy and use her magic action to strike it again. So I'll need another dex save.
That is gonna fail. That is gonna fail hard.
Oh, this is gonna be amazing.
This is gonna
17
hurt.
lightning damage.
34 lightning.
And because I didn't have to recast the spell because it's concentration, I'll use my bonus
Yep.
action to whisper a healing word towards Coral.
Okay.
He took a couple big hits. I'll do it at second level.
Alrighty.
16, sir.
Nice.
It's back to full then.
Let's go.
Nice.
Druids are better than bards. Just putting that out there. Just saying it.
I disagree,
Agreed.
but no.
Alright, is there anything else that Rose can do?
She will. Nope, I think that's fine. She's just going to try to maintain her concentration on the storm, and then we'll have her Raven and Bread and Butterfly just kind of fly around a little bit. So I'll move them.
Okay. Coral. Again,
All right.
in attacking
Health
his thing, you will gain advantage from the health action.
I love it. Okay. And I totally forgot that last round that I get 2 attacks. So I'll take them both this time.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So
Look at us
first
forgetting
attack
you have
advantage,
things.
with advantage.
I'm just going to take it up to
18.
damage because I added an 18 is going to hit.
All right.
A 13 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Oh, that was the advantage.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah,
I didn't-
18 hits.
Yeah, I didn't. I misclicked the thing. So okay. Second attack's normal, right? No advantage.
No. Is it technically flanking? No, you're getting the help action.
Wait,
Help
the
action
help
counts for
action
both?
just gives you the next one, but because I have two,
Just-
it's up to you, DM, because there's 2 help
Yeah,
actions
no,
there.
there's 2 of them there.
So
Yeah, there's 2 of them there. We can roll it as
next
it's
2
getting 2 help
attacks.
actions.
Didn't
Yeah,
help.
I'm
Okay,
fine
so
with
12
that.
for the second attack.
12 is going to miss, unfortunately.
All right. So
Yeah,
just
no, that
just
makes
the 8.
logical sense. That's a valid moment. That makes logical sense. There's 2 things casting the help, doing the help action separately. You
Buzzes.
can make 2 different rolls.
It flies away, the other one buzzes. You're like, "Woo."
Alright, so is there anything else that Coral is able to do at the moment?
One. Yeah, I think I'm good. Yep.
Cool. Speaking of the help action, I would like to cast help on DM. We have a bot in the stream, trying to be smart, but fuck off.
Got it.
Anyway, it is now going to be the Displacer's turn. His first attack, he's going to try and take a swipe at all 3 again. So the first attack on Coral is a nat 1.
Nice.
That ain't doing shit. Trying to hit the Raven. I'm going to take a photo of this. It was a nat 1 and a nat 20. I'm taking a photo and putting it in the fucking chat.
You nat 20'd the Raven. It had 1 HP. What a waste
A
of a
nat
nat
20
20.
Raven. I'm putting it in the
Oh.
lounge because that's extremely fucking funny.
I love this.
Okay. And then I have a blue one. So I've got the red one, I've got the camo looking one, I've got a blue dice as well for the third attack. Third attack, I mean, do we really have to roll damage on the Raven if it has 1 HP?
No, it poofs away. And
Yeah.
from the
and
trees,
then-
Coral, you just hear, "You bitch!"
And then it's going to try and attack Bread and Butterfly.
How dare it?
It's 9, so it's just going to miss.
Just misses.
Just misses.
You can't
Uh,
kill a god. What do you think you're doing?
He is going to attempt to hide. He is not able to do so. Yeah, I just want to kill my base because my rolls have been low. It's fine.
Can't hide from me, bitch.
Val.
She does not say that. She is going to
Out of character.
I think we're gonna do because we probably not.
By the way, this thing is looking pretty fucked up.
Excellent. We are going to look at a different page, please. Thank you.
Also, I don't know if you do this, Wolf, but I kind of like when my players fuck up my base, especially when I'm rolling low, because it's like, yes.
It depends. There are times when I liked it, but now that we're towards the end of Kupo Quest, no, because everything's basically big bosses.
True.
But yes, like the Marlboro and stuff, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I think we're going to just do a magic stone. We're gonna pull a couple rocks out of my pocket. Is that a rock in your pocket? You're just happy to see me. That's a shitty roll. That's a 10.
10 is going to miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's for sure gonna miss. However, I do still have my my bonus actions of my shoot 'em up.
Shoot him,
Shoot 'em up, bang bang. Which is going to be a 13.
A 13 is going to miss.
Oh, boo. Okay. That's
Only
fine.
just.
You know what? I tried, and that's all I can say.
Alright. Anything else?
No, I'm good there.
Alrighty. Rose.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Still got my concentration up, so boom. She calls another strike down for 16.
Alrighty.
Dex save 16, please.
Dex save 16. He's going to pass, but that doesn't matter. It is going to be 16 total because it is the lightning damage.
Yeah.
Which takes you up to...
At this point, I imagine Rose is a little mad because and she knows she can get the Raven back, but also I feel like she's starting to have a little bit of fun with it. So now in her, I imagine her back there humming, and then she'll like pull the strikes down on certain beats, and she's just kind of dancing to herself now. A little bit of her Fey heritage comes in, and she twirls around, and she's just kind of being very like aloof, and then just bringing it down as she goes.
She's singing the olden tale of the Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Did
The
I
old
see?
bardic tale.
Did I see Coral take another hit?
No.
Okay.
This thing's pretty useless.
Then I don't have anything to spend my bonus action on, so I think that'll just be it. And then
right.
Butterfly will continue to harass this thing.
Coral.
Okay, well, I'll take advantage of that harassment and attack. Let's see if I can successfully use
I feel like we
advantage.
could have
There we go.
used
Figured it out.
better wordplay
There we go.
there. 23 hits.
23. Cool.
Definitely could have used better wordplay.
12 damage first attack.
12 damage first attack.
Second is 16 hit.
16 will hit.
All right. And we got another 8. So 20 in total.
So 20
Nice.
total.
Yep.
This thing is barely standing. I haven't described what's been happening with this thing, and there's been a reason for that. So each time that it's been hit, Coral, you're the only one that hears a tear. Every time it's hit, a tear happens, and it's almost like a brand new creature is put in front of it. After a while, you start to notice that it is almost like they're just constantly appearing and disappearing for each hit. So 2 things have happened. 1, these are different creatures that are constantly being put in front of you, but they're also paying attention to the damage. This is starting to mess with your mind, and I'm going to get you to get me a history check, please. In the middle of combat.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I wonder if there's a sound for that.
There probably
That would be
should
pretty cool. So I need a history check, please, Carl. That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
Oh, wait. I think I found it.
Nope.
There we go.
That's better. History, you are not able to find a correlation between. Its turn. First attack, Coral. Dirty 20. I believe you said that your AC is 20.
20 hits, yep.
So that is going to be the first one. That is going to be 13 piercing as it takes a swipe at you. Now that the raven is gone, it is going to use one of its tendrils to try and hit you. That's only a +4, so that makes it a 19, so that will miss. But it's still going to attempt to hit Bread and Butterfly. That is +4, that's going to be a 23 to hit.
I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that
Does it
definitely hits
also
pretty
have
I only have 1
1d4?
HP.
I think it
I
only
don't
has
know.
like next to nothing.
Yeah, D8 for damage, and I just hit an 8. So
It's
Bread and
gone.
Butterfly is going to disappear.
For now.
For now. Bread and
What
Butterfly
did
could be
he
summoned
do
back
to
after a little bit.
you? Oh, God. You're so
What did he
annoying.
do? Val.
I am over it. Let's
The
start with this
same.
one just because I'm already on this page. Let's start with my bonus section of my lightning launcher.
Mm-hmm.
22 gonna hit.
22 is going to hit.
Jeez. 5 lightning damage.
It is,
That's a
I'll be
low.
honest, very close.
Well, I still have one more attack, so
Yeah.
It being weak to lightning damage has made this busted. Because basically I just get full damage on the Thunderbolt or the Call Lightning every time too, so.
So, your main action, Val, what would you like to do? Because if you hit, you will kill it.
oh cool. So if I had something that say automatically hit, that would just kill it.
Yeah.
Magic missile.
I'm gonna cast magic missile. I cast magic.
How does magic missile take out this giant mechanical time displacer base?
So I think Val has been like doing subtle math in her head, girl math, and was seeing that it was starting to go, but that the magic stone didn't do as much as she wanted it to. And so she shoots her gun, it doesn't work, and so she goes back and she hits a couple buttons, and it basically a little like one of those like homing missiles like from the Worms game. You guys know what I'm talking about, where
Oh
it's
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
that, and it shoots out, because magic missile does like what, like 3 or something. It goes pew pew pew, and then it just like hits it like directly in like the spots that she's noticed are like especially squishy, and it just shoots right through it and it falls.
Alright. As you hit it a couple of times, everybody is going to be able to notice. We are going to quickly wrap this up. It's getting late. As everyone's quickly noticing, the displacer beast starts to shift, and it starts to move, and it starts to slowly disappear, but parts of it are disappearing at a time. It's starting to almost kind of like it's not supposed to be here, but it's also supposed to be here at the same time. And you can see it constantly shifting. It's constantly changing. Coral, you're right up in front of it. You can hear the you can hear the machinery inside the machine doing machine sounds as the whirring is starting to crack, as it's starting to clip, as it's starting to almost kind of knock on itself. Val, the missiles have displaced the displacer beast. Get it? So
Yeah.
clever.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh shit! There it is.
As we do, as you are watching this,
I wasn't ready.
Coral, you watch as it shimmers. You hear a tear, and in front of you, that the other three are still seeing, because Arundel will be here for next session. These three are still seeing a very large mechanical displacer beast. Coral, in front of you is a regular displacer beast with a little mechanical vest. You watch as it starts to flicker a little bit, and then you watch as it makes that little sound as a little explosion happens underneath one of the crystals, and you watch as a little crystal pops out. What are you doing? Do you want to hear how what's going on?
I'll lean down and pick up the crystal.
Alright. As you pick up the crystal, we are going to talk more about it next session. I am going to send you a DM about what you have picked up, because only you can see this. Because as far as everybody else is concerned, this is still a giant displacer beast made of metal. You're the only one that sees this small, regular-sized beast with a vest and a little mechanical crystal inside that has popped out. So I'm going to send you a DM, which you are going to enjoy. And
Love how Coral
everybody,
can see through everything. That is so neat.
Yeah, I
That
like
is
that.
so cool.
everybody,
Don't ever leave us.
congratulations. We took out a displacer beast, a mechanical one.
We did,
Woo!
which means we're gonna have now.
Yay.
We're gonna go back to town and get our money, and then go to the place, right?
Yes,
That's the
probably. I would
idea.
assume
Okay.
so. You just hold the fucking beast out the window as you're like dragging it along the road and the car.
Listen, the last time I gave my players a really large bounty, they just never collected.
No, I will die on the hill that nearly killed us all. We had it sorted. You never gave us the money back from the contacts that we had, so. And now we're at a point where we're never going to get it anyway, so.
Never gonna get,
Yeah.
never gonna get.
Of the satisfaction. Ooh, that was fun. That was fun. I'm sorry Arundel couldn't make it. Looks like they did get tied up, but yeah, for next time. Do you have any closing things you'd like to say before I make the scheduling announcements?
I will not be here for most of April. So Temptations will not basically be run for most of April. But yeah, we are hitting some big stuff, and hope you've been paying attention because there's going to be some cool shit happening soon.
I've been
And we
paying
might have
attention,
some
but
cameos.
that doesn't mean that I'll remember. Now, if all the players are okay, we were planning on doing Temptations again next week since Psychic will be off. So if that works for everybody, one more Temptation, and then it'll be off for a couple weeks. So just let us know, Zeb, if that works for you.
Yep, that good by me.
Sweet.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Great session. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see what's coming up
absolutely.
next. I also am
Cool.
really curious. I want more info on what's going on with Coral and why he has so many superpowers.
So, I have been planning this campaign with you guys specifically. I have hit so many things I've wanted to hit. If everything goes well, if y'all are as invested in this story as I am, next session is either going to be the coolest fucking thing, or Temptations is no longer going to run because y'all are disappointed. It is
Okay.
one or the other. There is no in between.
No in between. Okay. That's exciting. And no pressure. No pressure. Well, that'll be great to be a little bit of a cliffhanger then, or a good episode to take a small hiatus from Temptations, just a couple weeks. I mean, really, probably only miss one, maybe 2 episodes. So not a big deal since we're doing it every 2 weeks anyway. Okay. Well, thank you all for playing. I honestly, it's up to you guys if you want to do a post show, but I'm exhausted from this week, so I'm okay hopping off. So let me just go ahead
I
and
will be
say,
fine with none this time, but next week there may be.
next week for
have
sure.
to be one because
For sure. We'll break that one down. A couple quick announcements. That's it for this week, but next week we are back with Koopa Quest, again, Temptations, and a brand new heist is starting up on Golden Vault on Wednesdays. So new cast coming in, new characters coming in. So see whatever crazy stuff that Ravnok's got planned there. I think it's like a James Bondy theme this time. So other than that, the week after that, we will be off for a week because I will be out of town as well. So, the things I always say, we got a Discord you can join if you want to hop on in there. We do have a voting going on for our March Hero Forge contest. So if you haven't voted, make sure you vote for your favorite one. Winner gets a $10 Hero Forge gift card this month, and that prize will change month to month just so it doesn't get stale. And then we also got a Patreon that you can sign up for free if you'd like. And then we have some paid tiers with the behind the scenes bonus content, like we just mentioned, the post shows that we do usually, just not tonight. And I am going to put up the credits portion of last night's Golden Vault for free to Patreon members because it has a Dolly Parton song, so we got blocked on YouTube. So I'm going to just clip it out if you want to see it because it was pretty cool, and I'll just put that up on the Patreon for free at the free tier. So it was going to block us in Russia. And if we have one Russian fan, I didn't want to disappoint them. So I don't think we do. Anyway, that will be it. I think that wraps everything up. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say before we sail off into the sunset? Nope. Going once, twice. Thank you for running Psychic, and we will see you next week.
Thank you. Sorry.
For Temptations. No problem. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry. Bye.
There it is.